Hi everyone, welcome back to our Python for data analysis series. Today we will learn about two key data types in Python, Boolean and None. So let's dive in. In this video, we will explore the definition of Boolean and None data types, Boolean operations and examples, the None data type and its role in Python, and common use cases of both. A Boolean represents one of two values, true or false, and it's essential for logical operations. While none is Python's way of representing nothing or no value, often used when a value is absent or uninitialized. Boolean is used in comparisons and logical operations. Here we can see that in first case 5 is greater than 3, which is true. So we got an output true. But here we can see that 4 greater than 7 is false. So we get an output false. In logical operations section part 2 we can see that x is equal to true and y is false. So let me briefly explain that AND will give an output true only when both the values are true, and OR will give a true output if any of the x and y is true. Okay, and not x means it will just reverse the output. If we are giving a true in x, it will return us false. Okay, as we discussed earlier, none represents the absence of a value. It is not equivalent to false, an empty string, or zero. Functions that don't explicitly return anything tends to return none. We will discuss the examples of none in our demo section more. Let's move on to common use cases. Boolean is used in conditional statement, while none serves as a placeholder or indicates missing data. These data types are essential for writing clean and efficient Python coding. Now let's see Boolean and None in action through some practical examples. Let's start with Boolean and see few examples. Here we can see that 5 greater than 7 is false, so we got false. Let's see some more example like 7 greater than 3, and when we execute it we get true. Okay. It is very useful in logical operation and controlling the flow of our program. So let's do some more example and see this. Here we can see x is equal to 10, y is 20, and x greater than y, we can see that it will return false, and is x less than y, it will return true. Now let's see logical operation and how it is useful in it. Here we can see that we have uh, a is equal to true, b is false, and here a and b, it will return only true only when both the values are true. Okay, in OR it will return true if any of the a and b is true, and not a means the reverse of a. Okay, let's execute this and see what happens. Here we can see that a and b is false because here b is false. Okay, to get true using AND we need to have a and b both true, but b was false, so we got false. Here a or b is true. Why? Because any of the value, if we get true, it should return true. Not a, false. A, true, so not a will be false. So these are very basic operation in Python using Boolean data type. We will look at more complex uses of Boolean later in our code programming journey, and this is very useful tool when we want to control our program. Okay, now let's move on to none data type. Here if we do one thing, we write our favorite food, like favorite food ff. Okay, favorite food is equal to none. Let us suppose. Okay. Capital N. Here, please remember that the first letter in true T is always capital and F in false is always capital. Similarly, in none also N is always capital. If we write none and execute this, we will get an error. Okay, because then we have to define none as a string. But when we do this, now it will consider it as none data type. Okay, let's print favorite food ff. What happens? None. Okay, it is the type of let's check first ff, then we get none type. Okay, now we can assign our value to some favorite food like pizza, and now when we try to print it, we can see that we have pizza. So here we can see that we can use none as placeholder. Okay, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel and share with anyone who want to learn Python. Thank you and Jai Hind.